Suddenly feels that way about me? Apparently he isn't aware of your real secret at all. There's no time to be embarrassed. I'm sorry. I'm just oddly accustomed to that sort of thing. Worry not, and in any case, whatever it was I saw in the night of the incident, mark my words, I will drag it out. Does that mean Mr. Leeson's witnessing? No. I believe that none will be the first to take the stand. Sister Bikini. She claims to have seen the very instant in which you carried out the crime. Just want to ask you one last time. It really wasn't you who killed Miss Elise Donham. That is correct, it wasn't me. Very well then. Miss Edwards? Yes. You are a prosecutor, aren't you? Are you sure about this? If you try, then please review. Don't worry, I've made the necessary arrangements. I see. Iris, it is a prosecutor's job to doubt people. Right now, I'm a defense attorney. A defense attorney's job is to believe in people. I'm to believe until the bitter end. That's what my friend told me once. Mr. Edward, I simply ask that you watch and decide for yourself, whether or not I'm fit to do the task. I've been entrusted. Very well, sir. I leave my defense in your capable hands. Court is now in session for the trial of Sister Iris of Hazakura Temple. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The defense does indeed appear to be ready. However, the same cannot be said for the prosecution in this case. Indeed. Like such a blatant waste of this court's time, an empty prosecutor's check can only mean that the prosecutor has no confidence in their ability to prove their case. It seems this case is really over before I have the chance to begin. I am ready to announce my verdict at this time. The court finds the defendant.
Objection!
The prosecution stands ready. And you are? Francisca von Karma, prosecuting prodigy. Von Karma, you say? Perchance you won't be of any relation to the legendary prosecutor Manfred von Karma. Legends are a thing of the past. I am a von Karma. That is all. Upon a special request, I flew in today for the purposes of prosecuting this case. You did? Then you must be quite a big shot, eh? By the way, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. I'm almost certain I've seen you somewhere before. Am I just imagining things? You look very much like a prosecutor I met once. I believe you're imagining things, Your Honor. Miss von Karma, do you have anything to say? There's no such weakling as of the prosecutor's office. No, there isn't, but I'm sure once... I told you there is no such weakling. What is that? A whip? I'm not sure I care for such a thing in the courtroom. Bailiff, remove that whip. I have no objection to whip. You don't? The prosecution can wield a whip or drink 17 cups of coffee. But there is still only one truth. That is what I stand here to prove today. This promises to be interesting. Miles Edward. I had expected to face Phoenix Wright here today. But looking at you now, maybe this is what I've been waiting for all this time. Miles Edgeworth, I will not allow this chance to crush you slip through my fingers. I see you brought your flair for the histrionic. Allow me to add to the things I'm not sure about. People acting bizarrely in my court. Whoa! The stage is set. Now continue the proceedings, Your Honor. Very well, Miss von Karma. Please give an outline for this case. There is little whipping as possible. The murder victim is the famed picture book author, Miss Elise Donham. Her body was found in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. She had been stabbed with the torso by a ceremonial sword from a golden statue. The sword in this picture is the weapon in question, correct? Very well, the court accepts this photo of the crime scene. There is no mistake. This was the doing of Sister Iris. After all, there is a witness to her crime. Very well, please bring this witness to the stand. And so it begins. My first and last trial as a defense attorney. Witness, state your name and occupation. Hold on here. I'm not sure about being not sure if I care for this at all. Witness, please stand up nice and straight. If I recall correctly, there are a few milk crates in the defendant's lobby for a back pain plagued witness. Bailiff, fetch a crate for this poor lady, please. Once again, your name and occupation, please. Little old me, well, I'm the head nun of Hazakura Temple on Eagle Mountain. My name is Bikini. Got it? Bikini? Nice to meet you. But you don't appear to be wearing a bikini right now. Whoa! The courtroom is the garden of holy judgment. Those with leisure in their hearts should leave the sanctuary at once. You want me to leave? No need to get your bikinis in a twist. Let me tell you, I'm a sight to behold in the summer. In any case, witness, I hear that you saw the crime take place. On the night in question. That's right. I can still hardly believe it myself, to be honest. There's no way dear little Iris could do anything like that. Let us hear what you have to say then. First, tell us about your own movements that night, eh? That night was helping an acolyte with a training in Nina Temple, but, well, as you can see, my back legs acted up violently. So I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to Hazakura Temple. There's no bath at Nina Temple, you see, and I needed a long hot soap. It was after I'd finished. Just as I was heading back there, that's when I saw it. So simply coincidence that you found yourself returning to Hazakura Temple? Yes, you could say that. If my back hadn't been in so much pain, I would have stayed at the inner temple. That sounds like a pretty important statement she just made. There's only one problem with this testimony that I can see. And you're not about to fall at the first hurdle now, are you, Miles Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth, please begin your cross-examination. The crime took place in the courtyard, correct? When you go from my room to the main hall, you have to take a winding hallway from which you can see the courtyard. That's right. In other words, it was pure coincidence that the witness saw the crime taking place before our eyes. There was no complicated setup in this case. That certainly seems to be true. Funny how he even says it in a factual sort of way.
Objection! Hold it!
You left Iris to help? With what? What do you think? The acolyte's training, of course. It was just past 10 p.m., so we're starting to enter into the training exercises proper. Wasn't it your place to remain with the disciple? Well, the job is simply to watch over the acolyte so that they don't pass away. Just to confirm this point again, that night you met Iris in the inner temple, correct? I just realized my voice has changed from I gave him in the original Ace Attorney. What is this in a temple? Well, see, conversing with the spirits is what we train people to do, right? We'll be the ones asking you the questions, madam. In order to do that, please, spiritual powers. God, I still don't know. There's a small temple across. I'm not gonna bother giving out a voice. It's constantly changing. Acolytes must spend an entire night in there to undergo intense training. And how exactly do you help with this process? It's all quite exacting. It can't be performed without none supervising. Like a tutor, watching to make sure a spoiled child studies. Tutor with a whip in your case. If that is the case, then why did you return to Hazakura Temple, where the murder took place?
Hold it!
Violently? That's right, it's not often matter, especially in winter. Can't hold anything heavier than a knife and fork during the cold months. Just being alive is like strict trick. On the night of the murder, was this fabulous back of yours hurting again? That's right, raging like a bull in a pigpen. I almost fainted once or twice. I just knew that unless I warmed up, it was going to finally finish me off. So you returned to Hazakura Temple in order to take a bath? A bath is blamed for everything. It's a do or be done in the world after all. How long were you in the bath for, if you don't mind me asking? My, what a filthy little rogue you are. I know what's on your mind. I bet your next question is going to be, where exactly did you wash? Ah, this is why you have to watch me. Why you... Ah! Bit my tongue then. Pathetic, Miles Edgeworth. The lowest of low! Is there some sort of kick me sign stuck to the defense's bench? Nope. Pretty sure the contradiction right there. Okay, just past 10 PM. Collaborate now. Ah, some testimony. Witnesses have to undergo their own trials, I'm afraid. The defendant's fate rests on their powers of observation and memory, after all. Well, don't worry, I'm more than up to the task. A woman of faith, after all, no head honcho has a temple. In that case, Miss Honcho, I'd like you to explain something for me. The discrepancy between your testimony and that of the defendant, Iris. She claims that after ringing the lights out bell, she went back and stayed in her room. Which means she did not go to the temple at all. No! She said no. A defendant or a witness. Who is more likely to lie, I do suppose? The defendant is simply lying to cover her back. But that is completely illogical. The murder was committed in the courtyard of Hazakura Temple. Claiming that she went to the inner temple would make for a much better alibi. But that is odd. Whatever the reason, I can't believe that she would lie. She does indeed have honest eyes. All people lie, that is my belief. Why am I the only one being whipped in here? Anyway, neither the witness nor the defendant have any reason to lie. Which means we must call your memory into question. There, you're older than me and yet you want me to play that game too? Ah, well, that isn't exactly why. My memory is perfect, crystal clear. Especially in winter. Then I suppose it's too early to end this cross-examination, eh? Mr. Jeff, if you're going to question the memory of this witness, you will need him to show me a more decisive piece of evidence. Understood, Your Honor. I was naive to think that alone would do the trick. Then please add your comments about Iris to the testimony, and let's return to the cross-examination. Witness, let's get one thing straight. The defendant, whom you claim to have met, she was wearing this demon warding hood, correct? Of course, that is a very important piece of clothing, I know. Objection! Wait a minute. Hold it right there. Why do you have that? That's the question of the day now, isn't it, Miss Von Karma? I'll have you know that this hood was given to someone as a gift that night, before the lighthouse bell was rung. What? Why in the... You know I'm going with this, don't you? The witness had seen the defendant as she claims. Then the iris she saw should have been missing this very hood. It's not a bad feeling at all, experiencing contradictions like this. I understand that happy look on the bride's face every time he does it. Order! Order in the court! Witness... Sister, Miss Hood, you have spare ones on the temple, don't you? Spares? Well, I do tend to make too many of them. I see! A stockpile, a surplus of hoods, eh? Each night is only given one hood. This should be the only hood now I've owned. And this is quite strange. If there was a surplus of hoods, then she could have worn those. There was no contradiction here. Sorry to say this, Miss Von Karma, but you won't get away with that easily. Discrepancies such as this are sow seeds in any human heart. The seeds of doubt. Witness! God, hiccups. Well, I don't wish to call you as a testimony of doubt. You must give every detail precision. I'm not sure I'm comfortable going along with this. Sister, you shall continue your testimony. Tell us what you saw after finishing your bath on your way back to the inner temple. Those seeds of doubt those seeds of doubt are sprouting in the judge's heart. They just need a little more stimulation to bear fruit. Contradictory stimulation. You saw a truly terrible sight, didn't you? If I was in your place, that would be much like Miss Von Karma whipping Mr. Edgeworth in two in court. Me seeing over this very chair. Well, something like that. This judge. His imagination is about as vivid and creative as Detective Gumshoe. I would look the fool if I commented on such foolishness. Anyway, this case is mine, Miles Edgeworth. Calling everyone by their name. Can't you do something about that habit of yours? Impressive logic. That's what I'd like to say anyway. However, I think you're overlooking one thing. Miss Von Karma, would you be so kind as to take another look at the autopsy report? The autopsy report. The victim did fall from a height of 10 feet. However, this fall was after she was killed. That's right, it says after death right here. The scene the witness claims to have seen is contradictory. If the defendant stabbed and killed the victim down the courtyard, how did the victim then go on to take a 10-foot fall? Order! Order! The victim was killed and then fell. That is the case. Then the victim must have been killed in a room, don't you agree? That is the logical conclusion. Yes, that's right. The victim must have been stabbed by the defendant in her room. And she was then run out of her window down into the courtyard below.
Objection!
Were there any signs of a struggle, Miss Donaldson? She was stabbed with a sword. That would leave a blood stain, wouldn't you agree? Well, Miss Von Karma, was there any blood? Ah! No traces of blood were found in the victim's room. Your weapons just caused traces of blood to be found in my gorgeous playoff bed. However, if there's no blood in the room, then you claim that... Ah! I'm sure there is no need for me to go over this, as I'm sure your Honor is all well aware of when a stab wound produces the most blood. When it produces the most blood, very little blood is lost at the moment of a blade's insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from a body, that would be when the blade is removed. Indeed, with the weapons in place, acts like a lid on the wound. That's true. With the weapon still in the body, there won't be much bleeding. Perfectly reasonable line of thinking. We have come to a conclusion then. The victim was thrown out the window with the sword still in play. Huh? The victim was thrown out of the window with the sword still in place. This removes all of the contradictions. Order! 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 I must admit that this is a probable version of events. I expect no less from Franziska von Karma. She locates and takes control of every vital point. It seems that we need a clear testimony from the witness. Remove all supposition on your part and tell us only the facts, please. Witness, please, remain standing on the crate. This all confirms Miss Von Karma's theory. Von Karma's strive for nothing but perfection. Putting together such facts is nothing for me. You should know that, Miles Edgeworth. Perfection is an impossibility, Franziska Von Karma, and I'm here to teach you just that. At that time, was the victim bleeding? Well, I was very shocked to be seeing all this, of course. So I'm not entirely sure, but I don't think I saw any blood, not then. I'm sure that you didn't. The weapon was acting as a plug in the wound. In any case, let's be clear on one very important point. Did you actually see the incident in which the victim was stabbed?
Hold it!
Think carefully. This is very important. It's Iris we're talking about. Yeah, I'm thinking for I'm worth. No, when I looked over, the sword was only minus 6 Lisa's body. Might not be conclusive, but let's test me as part of theory. So you're saying that you saw the victim's blood? That's right, saw red splattered onto Iris too. When the defendant was arrested, she was meditating in her room, and her blood-flecked clothing was neatly folded in the corner. What? Her clothes were blood-flecked as well. That seems quite conclusive to me. What should I do? Press this point further? Best bet, Edgeworth. Going back to your previous statement, you said that you saw little bleeding when the victim was stabbed. But now you say you saw the victim bleeding. Well, I say that what I saw is what I saw. What did you see? Maybe I didn't see the poor woman get stabbed, but I saw the girl pull the sword out of her plain as day. Pulling the sword out. Well, it wasn't exactly pulling, it was more like it came out. Witness, you will add this statement to your testimony. Oh, was that important? More important than you can imagine. No. Oh, the Shito. Sister Bikini, you are a reliable witness. At least, I'd like to think so. There are too many contradictions here. What do you mean? You make it sound as I'm a liar. But you're a handsome young man, so I'll forgive you. What contradictions are you talking about? Giving him more of an accent in this one because I kind of gave her the same voice for as I did for Edgeworth in the last one. That's why I changed that one up a bit as well. In the scene that the witness claims to have seen, the weapon was thrust up to its hilt into the victim. Furthermore, the killer withdrew the weapon smoothly from the body. However, both of these are complete impossibilities. What do you mean? Please explain. Explain yourself. To start with, do you think it would be possible to stab someone to the hilt with this? No matter how I look at the defendant, she doesn't appear to be strong enough for that. Doesn't appear? What a meaningless dribble. I too may appear to be weak and frail, but I can crush men under my heel and make them weak, so I should choose. The objection stands. I wept a little back now, I must admit. That isn't the only issue here. This sword was truly stabbed into the body up to the hilt. Well, just look at all the branches on it. It certainly went quite out smoothly. That's... We also have the problem of the amount of bleeding. It's true that when a blade is left in the body, it acts as a plug of sorts. However, when the weapon is shaped like this, it's an entirely different story. The wound would be too large for the blade to completely stop the bleeding. That's nothing more than conjecture. In reality, the victim was stabbed with a Shito. Even a weapon of this nature may still sometimes slide out smoothly, may sometimes stop the bloodlust. I'm not finished. There is still one more conclusive contradiction. You've still got more! And this one is simple. If this sword really was thrust in all the way to the hilt, why is there any blood on the tip of it? If this witness is telling the truth, then there should be blood along the entire length of the sword. Bravo, Miles Edgeworth, raising these many contradictions from a single piece of evidence. All the other attorneys I know could maybe both, maybe manage one if that. What does all this mean? You have proven contradictions regarding the murder weapon, but having come this far, there can only be one answer. And that is, the weapon used to kill the victim was not the Shichishito. What? A foolishly foolish idea born from the foolish mind of a foolhardy foolish fool. Let's examine this again. What was it that made us think this sword was a murder weapon? Well, it's because Mr. Kami was holding it. Exactly. However, if you reflect on this, that is the only basis we have to assume such a thing. The impression left by the scene was just too strong. That is what influenced us. It influenced us to believe that the Shichishito was a murder weapon. Order! So maybe the Shichishito was not the murder weapon. Even if that is the case, it changes nothing, Miles Edgeworth. The sister here saw everything. She saw the defendant stab the victim with a sword-like object. That's true. Your response, Mr. Edgeworth? If that is so, I would like the prosecution to answer the obvious question it raises. The obvious question? Yes, namely, where did the real murder weapon disappear to? It goes without saying that the police searched the main hall and the surrounding area. Perhaps the prosecution can enlighten us as to if a sword-like object was found. Answer the question, Miss Von Karma. No evidence of that kind was found. Another mystery to throw on the pile. A trial of our murder weapon is a tricky beast. Excuse me, may I say something? I just remembered something, actually. What is it, sister? I was just thinking, it's possible that just maybe what actually happened was it was just over there. What exactly are you going on about here? Impossible. What else? What else could this old woman have seen? Saw the murder at 11 p.m. Witness, please tell us everything you know right away next time. Mr. Edgeworth, your cross-examination, please. You're not to speak when you've got hiccups. Here we go. I admit this photograph proves something. It proves that the snowmobile was used on the night of the murder. You finally accepted the inevitable, it seems, Miles Edgeworth. However, if what the witness says is true, then why is there only one set of tracks? What do you mean? Iris left Hazakura Temple, threw the weapon into the river, and then returned. If this was the case, then naturally there should be two sets of tracks than one in the snow. Those from heading out to the bridge and those from coming back. Yes. Witness, please tell us again what time it was when you witnessed the crime. Like I said, it was around 11. Of course, this means that the weapon was thrown away after that time, correct? On that note, please take a look at this data. There's the weather report for Eagle Mountain on the night of the murder. The weather report? Snow started to fall at 7 PM, but it stopped at around 10:50. Therefore, when the sister witnessed the crime at 11 PM, the snow had already stopped falling. It is impossible for any tracks made after that time to have been covered up. Order! Order! Very well then. Looks like Miss Von Karma's claim has been snowed in. Well, it's too soon to be closing this trial down due to snow. Miles Edgeworth, how pathetic of you to rely on the weather of all things. Answer me, Easton. When is the weather report ever correct? Ah, no, you got it all wrong. This isn't a forecast, this is actual data. Whoa! Whether or not it was snowing in that courtyard when the victim was stabbed. That's right, but proving that is incredibly easy. If you want to know whether it was snowing or not, this photo will tell us everything. Of course, I'm referring to the photo of the crime scene. As you can see, everything is covered with snow, with just one exception. And that is the victim herself, Miss Elise Donnan. Why is there no snow on top of her? The answer is simple. It stopped snowing when she was killed, that's why. In other words, if the killer really did go to the Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon, then in this photograph, there should have been two sets of tracks. Order! Order! Just what are you... Just what are you suggesting? To be honest, I'm not entirely sure myself, but this is simply what all the facts point to. So then, what was the snowmobile used for? It wasn't taken by the defendant when 20 attempted. If it had been, then the witness couldn't possibly have seen it by the gate. Furthermore, it wasn't used by the killer to dispose of the murder weapon. If that was the case, there should be two sets of tracks in this photo. All we know is this. After it stopped snowing, someone used a snowmobile to return to Hazakura Temple. I never thought a simple snowmobile would cause so much trouble. I think we've learned all we can from this witness. Hold on. Something is coming to me. An idiot may well have gone wandering out on that subarctic night. Your Honor, actually there might just be one individual who may be of help to us. Really? You know somebody must have seen the snowmobile on the night of the murder. I don't know for sure if you saw it or not. There are two things about him that do come to mind. Which are, first, that he saw something incredible. And the second thing, this individual I'm thinking of went wandering outside on that cold night. In other words, he is our kind of idiot. Mr. Edgeworth, who's this idiot you're talking about?
Take that!
This guy must be a product of John Luke Laduc's guide to obnoxious French painting. This is Larry Butts, a disciple of the victim, Henry Stone. A student? Interesting. And why was he wandering about outside on the night of murder? Nuts. I could tell them all about his designs for Iris, but it may cost us his credibility as a witness, before I even call him. He is, after all, an artist. He was perhaps searching for something in the snowy scenery that would move him, although I cannot guarantee that this is reason. And so, is this unfortunate, unreliable-looking man? What exactly was it that he saw? I intend to extract that from him, right here in this courtroom. Summon this youth as a witness immediately. I have no choice, do I? I believe he is in the gallery for this trial. It will not take long to summon him. Farewell! Iris, we only have 20 minutes. There are two things which I need to ask you before we reconvene. Alright, I'll help you any way you can. First about that night, you really didn't go into the inner temple, correct? Last witness claims to have met and talked with you in the training hall. Either you or Sister Bikini is lying. Mr. Edgeworth, it's just as I said yesterday. Until the incident occurred, I was in my own room in Hazakura Temple. Very well, the second thing. That night, the temple snowmobile was used in between the times Sister Bikini returned to the main hall and when she bore witness to the murder. Sometime between 10:30 and 11 p.m. that night. Were you the one who used the snowmobile? There's only one key for the snowmobile. The only person who could have used it was me. So it was you. But why? What made you go to Dusky Bridge? I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. Iris, I can't tell you about that yet. Not until our safety is confirmed. Huh? Safety of the acolyte. The acolyte, huh? She must be talking about Maya. Iris, look me in the eye and tell me the truth. Did you kill Elise Dornan? No matter who or what may come, I could never take a life. As I thought. No. Very well, it's my job to get to the truth. You'll discover this for yourself soon enough. Court whenever you convene. Miss Von Karma, where's the witness? During the break, a man was detained for suspicious behavior in the gallery. Suspicious behavior. He was sketching something very intensely. Did I ask what the witness was sketching when he was detained? He drew a terrifying woman, armed with a demonic face and a vicious whip. Anyway, it's time to judge this pathetic excuse for an artist before the court. Lois Donim, I hope you're ready. Get in here. It would seem that whip is going to see plenty more use today. Ow! Your sketch is in contempt of this court. Hey! I was just artistically... Ow! Ouch! You tried to run away from the bailiff who was trying to hand you your subpoena, correct? Look! I'm nothing but fledgling eyes, training out in the mountains. I'm only down here in the sea because I ran out of in pain. Well, to use a technical term for colour, viridian. Larry... This isn't an art store now, is it? I know, I graduated junior high, okay? Look, I was all about working in the fields, isn't it? Working in the fields? I presume he wanted to say field work. I hope. That's it. Thanks, buddy. It's kind of sad that I was able to understand his language train wreck of a sentence. I just happened to stop in here and found a wonderful new model. So saying got nothing to do with this child at all. I expect all of your faces to be red when you realise this mistake. Bright red. Or, to use a technical term, crimson lace. Ow! 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 Stop your pathetic blabbering and testify like a man. Refrain from whipping me, Miss Von Karma. Cross-whipping as well as cross-checking. Witness, this was all your fault. Testify now. This is just too much for me. I was at that lodge out in the mountains, looking up at the stars that night. I walked to the bridge a number of times, but I didn't see a snowmobile. I didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either. The girl I was waiting for didn't show up. My teacher died on me. I'm all alone now. Witness, please refrain from talking directly to the lawyers during your testimony. I'm just a nobody. Nothing but a small worthless man, aren't I? Why wasn't I asked for my name and occupation and anything else? Mr. Edgeworth, this man seems to have quite a severe inferiority complex. He's recently been the cause of numerous incidents. I think he's finally realised for himself. Yeah, that's That's fine, mind everything, every case. Watch out, okay? Just touch me will make you eternally unhappy. Whatever's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? This one single statement is so full of contradictions. For a moment now, I thought I was going to collapse. So, witness, any idea as to where these contradictions in your testimony lie? Depending on your answer, I may stay my whip. Okay, give me a minute. Well, it was snowing that night, so I couldn't possibly have seen the stars. The unknown shack's hardly large, is it? And even if the stars could be seen, it isn't like I was there to look at them, right? See, you can do it if you try. Ow!
Hold it!
Larry, you really didn't see it. Hey! Not even at your desk, did you? I didn't see it. I didn't see a snowmobile. Larry, say snowmobile for me, please. Snowmobile. You truly have nothing to hide. Then why are you stammering like you just flew over a cuckoo's nest? Shut up! Why is this? I don't know. Don't ask me. Seems I'll need to start from a more obvious contradiction. I'm gonna strike the blow that will finally get him to spill the beans.
Hold it!
You didn't meet anyone. That's right, because I've got nothing to do with this. I'm just here to buy some Viridian paint, okay? Come on, I expect to see these Crimson Lake faces now. It would appear that simply pressing him isn't going to be enough, Mr. Edgeworth. Indeed.
Hold it!
A number of times. How many? Maybe 5 times? I went once every 20 minutes. Which means you spent almost 2 hours at Heavenly Hall last night. You bet! Real love is about waiting with your heart in your hands. Love, you say? Was this man's intention to summon the defendant to a small shack? Using this blackmail letter. Blackmail? No, that was simply a product of overflowing love. Ah! Your huffy-puffy, loosey-goosey excuse for whimpering, whining wuss of a weakness. So, what did you say? I hope for your sake you saw snowmobile, you huffy-puffy loose... well, you see... Being called these names doesn't seem to bother me at all.
Hold it!
Ah, Nick!
Objection!
Larry Butts, I can understand why you might want to throw your old life away. You're pretty pathetic and you cause all sorts of trouble. I'm sorry, but having realized just how much of a nuisance you've been, that could be considered a step in the right direction. Edgy, are you trying to console me? Certainly doesn't seem that way. Certainly doesn't sound that way to me. However, I cannot forgive you for simply turning away from the innocence you create. Ah, you're totally pinning this on me. Now then, let us talk about night of murder. Sister Bikini, after seeing the murder take place, asked Phoenix Wright to report it. Thus, he headed for the public phone by the bridge. There, he happened across a certain nefarious individual. You, Larry Butts. That's right, me in the flesh. Listen carefully, witness. Don't matter if you change your name, so long as you remain pretty pathetic, you will continue to cause these incidents. That reality will not change. But what do you want me to do then? Larry, what you need to change is your inner self, but for now, what you saw that night. Testifying truthfully about this one issue is all I need from you. Angie, I think I finally woken up. Well, I guess I could still be sleeping. But anyway, I'll do it. I'll testify. Well, I'm not sure this will go especially well. I'll ask you again then, witness. What did you see on the night of murder? So you suddenly thought to check out the bridge. Does this mean that you initially had no intention of doing so? Well, yeah, I guess it does. It was really cold. I didn't really want to go out now. If that's the case, why did you change your mind? I would like to hear your reasoning. In which case, please give testimony to that effect, witness. My reasoning, okay? Reasoning, is it? So you decided to go and see what was happening. That's right, we're talking about a massive suspension bridge burning in high heaven. That's not something you see every day. We expect you... Like, really special? Can you really trust a witness who is unable to pronounce spectacle? I've seen us love hitting this poor witness below the belt. Well, my motto is to hit life back as hard as I can. Ah! I'll give you a few hits too, if you'd like. With my whip. Told me about the burning bridge yesterday. There's still something that doesn't quite fit. Looks like, despite his change of heart, now he's still isn't telling us the whole truth. Nah. Your very existence being a contradiction. I'm not sure if you can grasp this or not. What the hey, Edgy? You make me sound like some sort of alien. But your testimony is conclusively contradictory. The problem here is time. I've not been the best timekeeper, you know. 3 minutes after Billy leaves on foot, you follow him on your bicycle. How long does it take for you to catch up with him? The hell it knows. This is much more simple. You saw lightning strike Dusty Bridge, and immediately went to see what had happened. Yeah, well, I wasted about 5 minutes first, but more or less. I have the weather data from the night of the murder here. According to this, the lightning fell at 10:45 p.m. You say it takes less than 5 minutes from the shack to Dusky Bridge. Meaning you probably got there at around 11 p.m. That all sounds about right, I guess. And then Nick showed up and did his falling act. That is impossible. What do you mean? Oh wait. What do you mean? 11 p.m. is when the murder occurred in Hazukura Temple. Thus, Wright was still there in the courtyard. There was no way that Larry could have encountered him at Dusky Bridge at that time. Excuse me, I have an objection. You do? Edgy, how many times do I have to say this? I'm not Larry, I know he's done it. It has not been proven that the murder occurred at 11 p.m. The deceased only said around 11. In which case, it could have been earlier than that. What's your footing there, Miss Franziska von Karma? The slope ahead is slippery. For there is still no way that Wright could have been at Dusky Bridge at 11 p.m. And why not? It is clearly written here in the weather data report. It took around 30 minutes for the bridge to burn out. Therefore, the bridge must have been burning until at least 11:15 p.m. Which means what exactly? Wright did not see the bridge while it was being consumed by the flames of night. In fact, he did not arrive on the scene until after the flames had died down. Larry, you arrived at the bridge at 11 p.m. But Wright did not make it there until at least 11:15. I suggest you to stop hiding things and just tell us the truth. Now then, what happened during those 15 minutes? Angie, I think it's about time I got serious with you, dude. Just as I thought. You've been playing with us all this time. Listen, I'm gonna tell you everything. Are you sure you want to hear it all? Yes. I may really say it this time. Everything. Ah! And say it. Farewell, I have a terribly bad feeling about this, however. Let's have the witness finally give us the whole truth. Now, for this 15 minutes gap, what are you doing? You forgot the passage of time to that extent, did you? Well, once I got caught up in something, I tend to forget everything else. It's true, it's always been that way.